Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Courtney Bloomer. Today's show is brought to you by Greenhouse Garden Center. Stop into Greenhouse Garden Center for expert advice on all kinds of plants for your Northern Nevada gardening needs, or check out their website for class times for their workshops at greenhousegardencenter.com. Our guest today is Courtney Warner. She's here with us from the Carson City Senior Center. Welcome, Courtney.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
So the Carson City Senior Center offers a wide variety of programs and services to our area seniors. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you guys do down at the Senior Center.
Sure. Well, at the Senior Center, we're a traditional senior center where we're a location where you come in and you engage with your hobbies and activities. It could be something of card playing to a rock cutting lab, bingo. We've got a great computer lab. And then we also have supportive services. So that includes our lunch program, case management, and our Meals on Wheels program.
And Meals on Wheels is really what we're here to talk about today. The Meals on Wheels program, as some people are probably familiar with, provides outreach to homebound seniors to take them a meal and also some company. How long has Carson City Senior Center been participating in this program?
Sure. So we've been part of the Meals on Wheels program since the 70s. And so we've been very active and we've been growing every year since.
How many seniors does the Meals on Wheels program serve here in town?
So we're serving right now about 300 seniors a day. And then through our program, we do meals Monday through Friday, and weekends we do frozen, also on holidays. So that equates to about 90,000 plus meals by the end of our year.
Wow. And how is this program funded? That's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food. It's a lot of cost. So our funding is a lot of different pots of money. Mainly we're funded through Older Americans Act, and then it's trickled down through the state, and we have different grants. But a large source of our funding is charitable donations. That makes the gap that our funding doesn't cover at 100%.
People who participate in the Meals on Wheels program are really getting the benefit of not just a meal, but also having someone there to check in on them and kind of, you know, just be part of their life and see how their day is going. How big of a role does that aspect of the program play in what you guys are doing?
It's huge. What you realize with a lot of our seniors is a lot of them don't have family support, or their family members are working and they need some type of socialization and companionship. Our drivers are hustling every day. They don't have a lot of time, but they are able to do a welfare check, bring in the mail, bring in the newspaper, see how things are going. One important piece of what our drivers do is they also monitor if there's a change in condition. If one of our seniors isn't doing so well, or maybe shows some different sign of maybe bruising, unfortunately, some things that we see, we're able to make referrals to other agencies to get them some support to keep them safe in their home.
How can people get involved? You mentioned the drivers, and of course, for Meals on Wheels, the drivers are a pretty critical part. How do you become a driver for Meals on Wheels or work with a program?
So our program is unique. All of our drivers and our kitchen staff are paid employees. So occasionally we do have some vacancies. Right now we don't. We're fully staffed. To be a driver, you just need to be a caring individual. It's a hard job. Imagine getting in and out of your car 70 times in a day, and that's increasing every day, juggling the meal, all the sides, and anything else that they might be delivering. But it really takes a caring nature, somebody with a good heart that can deliver the meal, give a friendly hello, and then move on to the next delivery. We've got an amazing crew that's there. They're very caring, and we're in every element. We're delivering in the snow, the ice, rain, wind, you name it. And so these drivers are dedicated to what they're doing. They care about their seniors on their routes.
Absolutely. And let's flip that around. So you can be a driver, but how do you guys find the seniors? A lot of times these folks are maybe a little isolated. Maybe, like you said, they don't have family around. How do people get referred to the Meals on Wheels program?
So we take referrals from many different sources. Right now it seems to be hospitals and other care agencies. I was taking a call last week from the Veterans Administration, and so it can come from anywhere. Family members will call in, or the senior themselves. And the qualifications is that you need to be homebound. And so we go into your home and do an assessment and make sure that you meet the criteria to be homebound. And that could be from an illness or a disability. You might be isolated where you live. If you live up in Kings Canyon and you don't drive anymore, it could be hard to do your grocery shopping. And so we look at the big picture of your life and then figure out if you qualify for a program. We are definitely not short on referrals. We have anywhere from 20 plus coming in every week. And so we're handling them quickly, but the word is out of our services. I think that I'd like for people to know that it's a need-based, not convenient-based. I've had a few people come in my office and say, you know, I'm tired of cooking. Can I get the meal service delivered because I just want to not cook anymore? And that's not quite what our program is about. We really are need-based for seniors that are finding some type of hardship. And food insecurity is very big with a lot of our seniors. And imagine that you have very few extra dollars in your month, so you're able to get a hot meal once a day. That's a big for a lot of our seniors.
And you deliver these meals every day. That's a really important thing for people to know. This isn't like every once in a while we stop by. You are an ongoing part of these folks' life as long as they need the service.
We are. And so you can do the program either short term, let's say that you're recovering from a surgery or an illness, or you can also be on the program long term. And, you know, we're delivering Monday through Friday, and then on weekends and holidays, we'll deliver a frozen meal. We're a unique program in that we don't do once a week deliveries or every couple weeks deliveries like some of the other rural counties do. We are dedicated to operating 5 days a week. Even though it's a higher cost, it's more of a dedication to our seniors to do that welfare check.
So the Meals on Wheels program is one way that you outreach to seniors in our community. For those who are coming in, there's a meal service at the senior center as well.
Correct. So we do a lunch service Monday through Friday from 11 to 12:30, and that's for any individual 60 and over. It's a suggested donation of $2.25. However, if you're under 60, you can come and have lunch with us for $6. So on some of our more popular days, like when we do ribs, you can come and get a huge plate of ribs for $6. So we will get some of our under 60s to come in and join us. And so it's another way for us to reach the community. And there's no criteria. You don't have to live in Carson. You could be traveling. Some of the new trends is traveling seniors with their RVs are coming in and hitting senior centers. And so as long as you're 60 and over, you're welcome to come in and you sign up on a client registration form, and then we get you in and get you fed.
What are some other services that seniors can access once they've filled out that client registration form?
With our programs, it just kind of depends. So you have full access for the senior center, and you don't even have to sign up for using this facility. It's just one of the greatest gifts that we have in Carson City, that with this huge facility with a lot of activities going on. And if you're 60 and over, you're welcome to use the facility and all of our different amenities. We have so many different classes going on. It's best to check with one of the staff to see if there's availability and how do you get enrolled and if there's any additional fees. Because of our volume, we just have way too much information to try to put it on a calendar. And then we also have other programs that not everybody knows about. Case management, we do from basically from A to Z, various different services that seniors might need to stay independent. It could be help with filling out an application, to understanding maybe some mail that's come in, to finding some supportive services to keep you independent. We have a very small food bank as well at the senior center that we will support for our seniors that are having food insecurity as part of our caseload. We also have an amazing selection of durable medical equipment that we loan out on the honor system. So if you are in need of a walker, wheelchair, crutches, or incontinence products, we probably have it. So check with us before you go out and buy it full price. Especially if it's just a short-term need, we probably have it and you can return it back to us when you're done. We try to have any type of need that might be for seniors or for the community in a one-stop shop.
And it's important to point out too that aside from a few of those classes, which do have fees, there's no cost to seniors to participate.
Correct. Correct. So some of our programs have a suggested donation, and that's just part of our grants. But with the suggested donation, nobody is ever denied services, whether they contribute or not. It's completely anonymous. We don't know if you contribute or not. We don't track it. We want to be available for you if you need it. You just need to be 60 and over for most of our services. But if you're in that kind of gap where you're 50 and 60, 50 to 59, and you need something, come talk to us, because we might be able to fill that void, or we know somebody who can, because we're recognizing that that gap, that age group needs services, and we don't want to turn anybody away. And so we just kind of look to see what's the best plan.
Absolutely. Courtney, thanks so much for coming today and talking to us. Do you have a website that you can give us where people can go and look up more information about the Senior Center?
Yes, please do visit our website. We have a brand new website we launched last year. It's at carsonCitySeniorCenter.org. We're always looking for volunteers too, so if you do have some extra time, volunteering in our Senior Center, mostly in our dining room, is where we have the biggest need. And it's a great reward because you're interacting with many seniors, and you get to serve your community.
Again, that was CarsonCitySeniorCenter.org. And people can go on there, see some of the things that are going on. Can they sign up for services online?
They can make a referral so that we'll contact you, but we're still a little old school with most of it's phone and paper, but you definitely can reach us through that way, and we'll connect you with the right person.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. Today's show was brought to you by Greenhouse Garden Center. They're located on Curry Street in Carson City. You can stop in there for all of your gardening needs and great knowledgeable advice on high desert gardening here in Northern Nevada. I'm your host, Courtney Bloomer. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.